The town of Ambo is located right in the centre of Ethiopia, 125 kilometers west of the capital city Addis Ababa. It is here that we have established the Ambo Lazarus Deaf School. Most of our students come from poor farming families living in the rural districts surrounding Ambo. Last summer in 2017, myself, Father Stephen and Mr. Rishetu, the principal of the school, took a visit to one such district called Enchene. A 3.5-hour bus journey from Ambo. It was rainy season and at one point we even had to dig the bus out of a huge mud hole in the road. The town of Enchene is a small market town, seemingly located in the middle of nowhere. Yet on the day we arrived, there were over 20 deaf children with their parents and grandparents gathered in the small government building to meet us and to learn about the deaf school in Ambo. It was in Enchene that we met this little girl aged 10 who'd never been to school. Her grandmother said all she could do was pray and beg God that one day her beautiful grandchild might get an opportunity to attend such a school. Feeling a little overwhelmed by all we saw and heard, we made a promise that if any of the parents had relations living in the town of Ambo willing to host their deaf child, we would try to find a sponsor to cover the cost of their accommodation and their education. On the first day of the new school year, with the gates just barely open, to our delight, the little girl from Enchene arrived with her parents asking if she could please have a place at the school. She registered by making a mark beside her name and was given her first copybooks and pencils. She was then introduced to our students in grade 3. This little girl had no sign language, no ability to read or write or to tell the students her name, but she seemed very happy and very much at home. Over the next 2 weeks she was joined by 16 more deaf children, all from the rural districts. One of the first lessons our new students got, especially the older ones, was that their hands are not just for work, but are now their means of communicating, to be used for learning and socialising. And then it was down to basics such as the sign for pencil and the letters of the alphabet. We were really proud of our older students who took the initiative of helping the new students learn how to get their hands around forming new letters and signs. And our little girl from Enchene is more than keen to learn as much new signs as possible and to put them into practice at every available opportunity. Sometimes maybe even a little too keen. And having mastered the alphabet, it was time now to tackle numbers. And her written work is extraordinarily good for somebody who's never been to school before. The informal setting of the schoolyard is as important an environment for learning sign language as a classroom. She has also shown that her hands are very creative and she's developed a great talent for local craft work. And this was her first introduction to computers and information technology. So how does she like the school? Apparently she loves it. When we first met this little girl in Enchene, her grandmother said, "I can only pray that my granddaughter has an opportunity to attend such a school." Well, it's probably fair to say her prayers have been answered. So who is this amazing little girl?
My name is Lensa.